This may not sound like a big deal, but I promise you that it's having a bigger impact than you realize. You've got to stop practicing as soon as you lose concentration. And you need to do this early. It's exactly the same as the advice that people get given about drinking water to stay hydrated. By the time you feel thirsty, that's already too late. You needed to drink before that. And it's the same with your focus. By the time you realize your focus is gone, you've lost concentration, it's affecting your practice, that's way too late. You need to make sure you've actually stopped and taken a break before you get to that point. So the reason why this is so important is that the progress that you make in your practice is not just a function of how long you practice for. It's the amount of time you practice multiplied by how focused you are, how concentrated you are. So when your focus disappears, you might as well not really be practicing at all. So you're not missing out on much by stopping at that point. And in fact, even worse, if your focus is really bad, you might start to practice the wrong things and you might actually kind of bake in the wrong movements and potentially even make things worse. So it's not just that you're not losing things, you might be really important to stop that practice. And when you do take that break, you are giving yourself a bit of time to relax, recharge, get that focus back. So the next bit of practice you do is going to be even more effective. It's actually the case that your brain uses breaks, time when you're doing nothing, to keep learning and deepen what you've done when you're actually practicing stuff. So not only are you recharging your focus so that you're good to go even better again when you do come back to start practice in a minute or two, but you're actually getting active benefit from taking these breaks. So it's a win-win situation. Now, one thing that's hopefully obvious here, but it's really worth emphasizing, is that you need to start out with good focus, good concentration for this to be effective. So just make sure that you are aware of that and thinking of that when you start your practice, and that you have a clear intention to stay focused as you practice. And from a purely practical point of view, it's much easier to deliberately plan for this in advance. If you think about it, if you're waiting until you've lost concentration to notice that you've lost concentration and take some action on it, well, that's the worst time to be doing it, because when your focus is gone, you're going to have trouble noticing these things. So don't leave it until the time itself. Plan in advance. Setting timers is a really good thing for this. Set timers, deliberately take breaks. That way you don't even have to think about, am I on it? Am I focusing on it? You don't have to take your focus away from just doing the practice. You've got a timer that's going to go off, tell you it's time for a break. That's going to renew your focus. You're going to come back again in just say a minute or two, good to go again, refreshed. You've had that break where there's learning happening, and it's just such an effective way of getting more from your practice. Now, once you get your focus sorted, you'll improve much faster, but it's obviously not everything that you need. So this video here is going to show you another quick but powerful practice tip.